Alright, so now let's start creating our chat component such that when we click on this conversation, we're going to open our chat. So for that, first of all, let's go to our editor. Here, let's create a new Livewire component. You can call this one create Livewire chat.chat. Click enter. Now let's go over to our web in the routes. Here, let's just copy this again, Control C, paste it. Here for the chat, we're going to do / curly brackets and then chat. This is going to be the parameter in this route. Here, change this to chat. This one, make sure the chat is the correct one. This one from Livewire chat. Right, and then the middleware should be off. The name should just be chat. Now after doing that, if you open our chat, this one, the app Livewire chat, for this we're going to use the default layout, so don't change the layout at all. In the tabs right here, when we click, for example in the messages, when I click here, we want to redirect to our chat in the new route. So let's go over to our tabs. In here, let's scroll up to where there is messages. In the link, let's change this to curly brackets for blade route chat, and then here after the single quotes type comma, and then let's pass the conversation ID coming from up there. Right, now after that, here since this one here, if you go up here in the request route is chat index, let's add one more here. Let's add all request route is, inside here we're going to say chat. Then the default is going to be 2 because when you're in the chat list, we want to see the message tab by default, this one. Also when we're in the chat actual conversation, we want to see the tab of the chat, messages, this one, chat list. So yeah, now if I go back here, let's refresh. Right now if I go to messages and then I click there, you see that we're being redirected to a new route, which is here, the chat is 3. Alright, so now let's go ahead and actually design this, or rather create a layout for our chat structure. So let's go back in here, let's open our chat, our new chat. And now be careful because now we have 2 files with the name chat. So for us right now, we're looking for this one, resources, views, Livewire chat, not the layout. So open the Livewire chat. In here, right, for now, before we start design, let's just create a structure so we can design everything, in sections, not do everything at once. So for that, in the main class, we can create flex, height, screen, overflow hidden. Inside here, we're going to have a main. Inside the main, we're going to have a header. After the header, we're going to have a section, which will be the body. So it will be the header and footer. Right, so let's just go ahead and add some classes here. For example, here in the main class, here should be width full. It's going to grow. Let's add the border just to see how it's looking like. The flex co, then relative. In the header, for now we can simply add flex. We're going to have a list of items here flowing in a horizontal way. So item center, and then gap, let's say 2.5, padding 2, and then I'll also add a border, just see how it's looking like. In the section, this one, the body section, in here we're going to have flex co, it's going to have a list of messages, here gap 5, overflow auto, height full, the padding of 2.5, the overflow y, so flex grow, and overflow hidden x. We don't want to scroll items in a horizontal way. Width to full, and my auto. Alright, now for the footer, let's add the class. We're going to make it sticky to the bottom because we want the footer to always be at the bottom. Let's add some py2 here, and then insert x0, let's add a border. Yes, let's check how it's looking like, footer and header. Now if you go right here, you see now we have two sections here. This one, the header and the body and the footer. So the footer is down automatically because you're gonna have input field here, the username and some buttons here, and then here inside the messages. So now we have one last thing, is that we want to add a section here to show the user details here on the right. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we can close the main for now. Here let's create an aside. This one is going to be, let's add a class width 48%. It's going to be hidden, and then we're only going to show this on small screen. So hidden and small flex. Let's also add a border for now to see how it's looking like. And if we go, awesome. Now you can see we have this header, the footer, the body, and the side to show the user details. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Let's not make it long. Now in the next video, let's go ahead and start designing our header section.